Hello, everyone. This is Ashley Northington at Denora Brands and Public Relations. And today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, and that is how you brand yourself so that you can sell products that attract your ideal audience, your products and services. And it's under a topic that I talk about all the time, and that is personal brand development for small business owners. And so, what today we're going to really get clear on is how you can develop a personal brand that connects with your audience, engages with them, and later converts them into a paying customer. And one of the things that you'll notice today is that we're going to talk more about messaging and activity rather than visuals, because as my friend before, people don't do business with logos or websites. They do business with people. And so what we're really going to do today is kind of focus on that piece. So let's dive in. I don't want to keep you guys for too much longer, but we're going to just get to the meat and get to it. So let's just share my screen. Perfect. So I think you guys can see that. So let's just kind of get clear. Okay, so again, the name of this kind of presentation is Brand to Sell, but it's really about how you get to the moon. And to me, getting to the moon is like the ultimate thing. And so we're going to really talk about how to create a personal brand strategy for entrepreneurs. So let's just really get clear and let's talk about branding. So developing a brand is like a buzzword, right? Everybody's talking about branding. Everybody's talking about building their brand. But what exactly is a brand, right? So for me, a brand is the ongoing process of developing messaging and visuals to tell your story in a meaningful way. In other words, I like to kind of break brand down into a mathematical formula, right? So brand success equals like messaging plus visuals multiplied by action. Okay, so that is how you get to a successful brand. So again, that is messaging plus visuals that attract, not repel your audience, times intentional action that is consistent and persistent. And that is how you get to brand success. And so for entrepreneurs or small business owners, things tend to get a little bit tricky because sometimes people get in this mindset that they are their brand and that their business is their brand and that the two are kind of like one and the same. But I kind of want to clarify, right? So your personal brand is who you are as a professional. So Ashley Northington is a person that gets super excited about helping other people see the light. She gets very passionate about serving her community. She loves public education. She's very passionate about that. Ashley Northington is a marketing communications professional, and she is very much focused on teaching people how to communicate to win. And that is whatever win they're trying to get to, whether that be an email sign up, somebody to buy something from them, go to an event, share or like something on social media, whatever that win is, that's what she's excited about, helping people communicate so they can get to that, right? So that's what your personal brand is. That's who you are as a professional. That's the way you present. That's how you show up. That's how you live your life as a professional or as a business owner. But your business brand is something completely different. It has different needs, wants, a different tone, right? So your business brand reflects the story of your business or the products and services that you offer. So the business that I own is Denora Brands and Public Relations. Yes, I own that business, but it is not me and I am not it. Denora has its own set of needs. It has its own audience. Ashley Northington likes to just connect with people. She has a passion for small business owners, but Denora doesn't work with small business owners in the same way that Ashley Northington might as a consultant, or through her micro brand, Live Your Brand. Denora works with established brands, businesses, organizations, experts that have a story to tell, that are really getting serious about telling the right story to the right people at the right time and on the right platforms, right? So that's what Denora is focused on, telling stories that inspire and inform the public so that we build powerhouse brands that ultimately change the world. That is a lot different from my personal brand. Okay, so these two things, your personal brand and your business brand, they can be totally related, but they are not the same. So I just kind of wanted to get that clear. So we've talked about a brand is, the messaging plus visuals multiplied by action. That's how you get to brand success. That's what the basis of a brand is. But your personal brand is most certainly different from your business brand. Your personal brand is who you are as a professional. Your business brand is all about what you do within your company and how you live that out. Again, they can be related, but they're not the same. And the reason why I wanted to really get clear on that is because I think as small business owners, as aspiring entrepreneurs, I think that it's really easy to get seduced by the promise of entrepreneurship, right? We want to become the captain of our destinies. We want to, control our own ship, right? But greater than the promise of that seduction of business ownership is the reality that if your business isn't attractive to the right customers, if you can't tell the right story to the right people at the right time on the right platforms, okay, if it's not attractive, if they don't have a clear understanding of how your business and how you add value to their life, you'll be a statistic, okay? And we don't want you to be another statistic. You'll be among the 50% of more new business owners who are forced to shut down within 5 years. We want to get you over that hump, right? So we want to help get you crystal clear on what your brand message is and how you can use your personal brand as a way to lead people into your business. So one of the things that you guys probably always hear me talking about is living your brand, right? So living your brand is the consistent and persistent act of aligning your professional actions with who you are and what you say you do to connect with your audience in a meaningful way. So as we think about how we're going to connect with our new clients, engage with them, and convert them into customers, is we have to think about how we live our brand. And that goes back to that mathematical formula that I talked about before. So it is the message, that you tell them that attracts them, that says, hey, this person knows what they're talking about. This person really understands and can connect with me. I get it. And then the visuals, oh man, this person is stunning. They've got great photography. This looks good. This looks like something I'd be interested in. And then the actions. Living your brand is all about the actions that you take on a consistent, persistent basis that's going to help your audience really get clear about what it is that you do and how you serve them. Right? So living your brand. So when we think about converting audience members to paying clients, we need to be thinking about how we can live our brands. So living your brand, my friends, is all about talking the talk and walking the walk. And again, like I said, when I first started, is that we're not going to focus so much on the visual piece today. We're really going to get clear on the messaging piece and how you live that out. So when we think about living your brand, it's all about talking the talk and walking the walk, or to shorten it, walking your talk. So for me, it's like if you can get a powerful, clear brand message that can attract your ideal clients, that's like getting to the moon. That's like the ultimate thing. Like that's the ultimate pinnacle of success in this example. If you have an unclear brand message, if it's not clarified, if your ideal customers don't understand in a nanosecond what you do, how you help them, and the benefits of your help, that's like being stuck in the middle of water in a little lifesaver, waiting for help, waiting for somebody to come and save you and your business. I don't want you there, right? Like, I want you to get to success. I want you to be on the moon. So we're going to go through some steps today that's going to help you skip the lifesaver and rocket launch yourself to the moon, right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to work together to define your personal brand and develop your message, and then put that brand into action. So if any of you guys were with me through my Let Your Light Shine Brand Visibility Challenge, this training today is sort of an extension of that, right? What we did during the challenge. It just extends this a little bit, goes a little bit deeper. So again, we're going to define your personal brand and develop your message, and we're going to put that brand message into action. So we're going to teach you how to walk your talk. So let's just get down to it. How can we talk the talk? Essentially, your brand message has these four primary parts. It is who you help, how you help, your value or benefits. Okay, because everybody wants to know what's in it for them. And then what success looks like, or what are the outcomes are for doing business with you. Okay, so let's talk about how we can get clarity on each of those parts. So we're going to define your brand. So if you have a scrap sheet of paper, or later today when you watch this again, what I would like for you to do is write down who you help. Okay. So I have a handout. So everybody that signed up for this, I can send you the handout so you can actually do it. But what I'd like for you to do is write down who specifically you serve. Okay. And so the easiest way to find out who you serve or who you help is to identify what group or groups of people stand to benefit the most from whatever it is you offer. Okay, let me repeat that. So think about what it is that you do, who you serve, whatever your business does, whatever that is. You bake cupcakes, or you write books, or you train, whatever that is that you do. You sell t-shirts. Figure out who stands to gain the most from whatever it is. So if you make natural hair products, who stands to benefit the most from that natural hair product? Is it someone that has a relaxer? Probably not. Is it someone that is a male or female? Who is it? How old are they? Where do they live? What characteristics do they have? So again, determine who's going to benefit the most from what you offer. In the natural hair product example, it might be African-American women who maybe live in a certain place, who have naturally curly hair. Maybe that's who your target audience is. So who do you help? The next thing that I want you to think about and write down is how you help. So this one is critically important. So write down how it is that your product or your services serves basically your target audience. So kind of describe that. What is that? So I offer natural hair care products that do X, Y, and Z. So for Ashley Northington, I offer trainings, books, and events that help small business owners conquer their overwhelm, beat procrastination, and take their brand from A to Z. Right? So how do you help? What does that look like? Okay. And then the next thing that I want for you to take a look at or write down is, what is your specific value, right? Everybody in this game wants to know what's in it for them. right? So write down how your audience benefits. So in the Ashley Northington example, I help small business owners take their brand from A to Z in a way that's going to help them boost their visibility and ultimately their income, right? So that would be two of the values that you get from me. So if you come and work with me and you do these specific things, you're going to walk away with an improved process, strategy, something that's going to help you increase your visibility and or ultimately your income, period. So what's your value? What's the benefit of people purchasing your product or service? Then the next thing that we have to think about is, what does success look like? So when I think about success, I want you to think about the way in which you've already helped people. So after people buy your product, they buy your service, how many people have benefited from it? Or you could, so I could say, like, I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs through trainings, etc., help them, help the light bulb go off so that they can implement a strategy that helps them get to the next level. You might say, customers that have bought my natural hair care products say that it's easier to manage their hair. Whatever it is. So what is success for using? So we have the value. Now, what does the success look like on a grander scale? What have been your previous successes, or what do you predict the successes will be after they consume this value? Okay, so now if we're going to define our brand, we're going to put it together. So you put down, who do you help? People in certain situations, certain demographics. How do you help? Accurately describe what it is that you do. Okay, so what's the value? Remember, use adjectives that describe what's in it for them. What are the results? So you can use case studies or specific examples to define your version of success. My phone is ringing. And then you just put all of that together. Who you help, plus how you do it, plus your value, plus the results. That equals your message. And I'm going to read something to you guys that I wrote that kind of helps bring that point home so that you can see how you can write a brand message that makes sense. So let's go. Let me pull it up. For some reason, I can't do it. So I'll just make it up. So, hi, I'm Ashley Northington. I work with aspiring and emerging entrepreneurs who are facing procrastination, information overload, and need help with taking the next step. I work with them through trainings, through consultations, and one-of-a-kind experiences to help them increase their visibility and ultimately their income. I've worked with dozens, hundreds of entrepreneurs who have been able to take their brand from A to Z through whatever I do. So that's one way. That's like the really, really, really rough version of that. Define your brand activity. In the worksheet that I'll send you guys after this, it'll have that example already laid out for you. So now let's talk about how you can walk the talk. How can you put your brand message into action so that it makes sense for everyone involved? So, one way to do that is the way that I find the easiest is to figure out what your monthly themes are. Okay, so use your handout. Again, I'm going to send you this handout, but write down any possible monthly themes. These monthly themes could be based on the times of year that are most relevant to your industry, your clients, or your business. They could be themes that are aligned with national recognized holidays or events, or you can just simply create your own theme. For example, in my business, September is self-improvement month. In May, I focus on small businesses. In November, I focus on giving thanks. In December, I'm going to focus on celebrating the successes throughout the year. So what are your monthly themes? And this is an easy way to sort of organize what your activities are going to be. Okay? So just think about that. And again, the handout that we have will kind of help you do that. And then after you do that, I want you to build on your themes. So use the themes that you have identified for each month to plan your activities. What I like to do is plan activities for each day, week, month, quarter, and year, because I want to be super planned out and super committed to implementing something that I know is going to work. So some examples of some daily activities for me, it could be posting helpful content in a social media group. It could be tweeting or engaging thoughtfully on something. It could be answering business emails. It could be sharing a quote on social media. It could be telling someone new about my business each day. That's something that I could commit to every day. Something that I could commit to every month might be creating a helpful blog post. It might be doing a training. It could be sending out a weekly email newsletter. It could be following up with customers to make sure that I'm delivering a great product or service. Something that I might commit to doing every month is sharing successes of previous clients or customers. It could be interviewing customers to see how their experience with my product or service is going. It could be participating in a networking event. It could be hosting an event. It could be speaking at an event or at a conference or on a panel discussion. An example of something that I might do every quarter is I could write an ebook and share it. I could put together an in-depth training. I could host a tweet up, like some social networking, a Twitter panel discussion. I could host an e-class series. That's something that I might consider doing every quarter. And then annually, I might host a conference, which I am, DreamFest Digital. It could be live or virtual. This DreamFest Digital course is all digital. It could be that I want to write a book or produce an annual guide to social media marketing or something like that. The idea for these commitments is to create something that is easy for you to do, that gives you the best opportunity to showcase you as an expert in your field, as an authority, and something that gives potential consumers an significant value, right? Something that improves their lives. So something that they'll have they'll be better after receiving it. And it's something that you can commit to each day that's going to help you further engage with your audience. The whole purpose of these commitments is to connect and engage with your audience. And so that when it's time for them to make a purchase of your product or your service, because you've connected with them, because you've engaged them this entire time with great content, you've been following up, you've been doing right by your existing clients, etc., they'll think of you when it's time to make that purchase. You'll be top of mind. That is the idea. So think about those commitments. So next, just figure out what can you do each day, week, month, year, and quarter. This is how you're going to live your brand. And then the next thing that I want you to think about doing is get clear on one thing that you can do no matter what, aside from your commitments, that you can do each month to further your brand. That could be, it might be something that, for me, it's like, I don't like going to networking events. So maybe that's what I do. I know that's a weakness of mine. I know I need to meet new people. Maybe my one thing is going to networking events. Maybe for you, it could be you're going to commit to calling 5 5 new people and telling them about your business, or going out and telling folks about your business. Or maybe you're going to attend an event with the sole purpose of making 5 new connections, that could support your business in some way. So decide that one extra thing, one extra bump that you can do every month to further your brand, to further your connections by leveraging your expertise, leveraging what you have on the inside of you, your authority in your industry, to help connect with more people. What can you do to further your brand and actually live your brand? So just keep doing this work. This was a really short time for us today. Once you get back to your office or you get back home, keep working on refining your brand message and solidifying those activities. And again, I think it's really important that you focus on living your brand. You have to define it, get the messaging right, and then you definitely have to live it through your actions each day, week, month, quarter, and year. And that is how you get to brand success. And then it's just all about talking the talk and walking the walk. If you do it right, you can get on the moon. If you don't, find yourself, get prepared to find yourself in the lifesaver. Here is how you can find me. That's my contact information. Of course, you can find me at ashleynorthington.com or denorabrands.com. If you have any questions, of course, you can tweet me at Ash Northington on Twitter, and I'll be answering questions all day. You can also join my Facebook group, Live Your Brand, and I'll answer your questions there. But this has been really fun for me. I hope it's been fun for you, and I hope that you guys sign up for the Become a Client Magnet workshop next Wednesday, which we're going to get really, really deep on the 4 most important actions you can take in your business and how you can massively increase your sales leads in 45 days or less. So I hope that you guys sign up for that. I can post a link to that workshop below. And then I hope that you guys will do me a solid and check out dreamfestdigital.com. And I hope that you guys find that conference exciting. We're going to really, get clear on how you can take your daydream, take your goals, take your vision, and turn that into action steps that you can live out. So we do that November 8th through 10th. I hope I see you next week at the next webinar on Becoming a Client Magnet. Thanks. See you guys later.